What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well and feeling good. So let's get right into it. But before we get into it, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoy this content, and feel free to share. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any thoughts or any ideas you want to talk about, or even any ideas you want to share towards the topic. You're more than welcome. All right, so let's get right into it. Relationships and investing. Well, I'm going to preface this by saying if you're in a relationship and not a friendship, I'm talking about a real relationship, intimate relationship with someone, that is probably the most important investment, one of the most important investments you'll have in your life. By far. By far. I mean, it makes you wonder why prenuptial agreements exist. A relationship is one of the most important investments you'll have in your life. Hands down. Hands down. That's why when I often talk about healthy, being well. When you're by yourself, the concept and idea of health is paramount. Without health, you really have nothing. You can be, the richest person in the world, and you have all the material riches you can imagine. But if your health is failing, and if your health is poor, what do you have to live? You have nothing. The concept of health applies in relationships. The concept of health and well-being applies in relationships. Because again, relationships require concentration, they require energy, they require work, they require time, they require money, they require planning, they require so much. But most of the time we forget about one of the main, most important elements that it requires: health. If the relationship is not being taken care of, if the relationship is not being attended to, if the relationship is being ignored and neglected, that's going to affect the health of the relationship. Therefore, you will be expending an unnecessary amount of money, your investment, an unnecessary amount of unneeded amount of energy, unneeded amount of time will be wasted on an unhealthy element called the relationship. If you don't take care of your body, if you don't take care of your mind, if you don't take care of your overall wellness, how do you expect to interact with others? How do you expect the nature of your interactions with others will be if you're not interacting well with you, with yourself? If you're not taking care of you, how could you take care of a relationship with someone else? One of the biggest investments you'll have in your life is your relationship. You can start with so much, you end up in a relationship that's unhealthy and lose everything. This is not rocket science. You can start with very little, but because you understand the importance of being well, the importance of taking care of yourself, the importance of taking care of not only yourself, but your relationship and the person that you're in a relationship with, and vice versa. You have the energies are being reciprocated. It's mutually beneficial to both parties, and you're concentrating both on the same wavelength, and you have the same understanding, both a common understanding to take care and work and build the relationship, investing into this relationship because you see the long term, you have the long term vision, you have the long term planning. So you're taking care, you're sowing the seeds now. So that way you can benefit, the both of you can benefit later in a healthy way. Why not do that? That's part of relationships that work require work on both parts. It can't be one way. It can't be one way. Your relationship should, as superficial as it may sound, it should be treated as a business. There are agreements that have to take place. If you don't take care of your business, it's going to fail. If you don't take care of your health will fail. If you don't take care of your relationship, guess what? It'll fail. It'll fail. If you don't see eye to eye, if you both can't come to an understanding together, then what do you have? If you can't trust each other, if you can't respect each other well enough to understand the importance of the health of the relationship, then what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. It's one of the biggest investments you will make in your life. If you're married, oftentimes you hear people say, if you're married and you get a divorce, and the wife gets half, the husband gets half, people get half. Everything falls back onto economics. It falls back to the finances. It's about money, and it's about these things where they say, love is not supposed to be about money. Well, guess what? Love doesn't pay the mortgage, nor does it pay the rent. It doesn't pay, the school for the kids, or, lifestyle and work and bills, and, it's about money. I'm not saying relationship is all about money, but you have to concentrate and understand how important it is, how vital. That's why it's important to know who you're pairing up with. That's why it's important to know, and not only know who you're pairing up with, being careful in who you pair with, who you choose to live the rest of your life with, because this is an investment. It's an investment in your time that can adversely affect your health in a negative way. We want to build. We want to create. We want to procreate. We want to produce for the betterment and reproduce for the betterment of the union. Not take away, not destroy, not become ill. Of course, naturally, incidents occur where life incidents occur. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about, unforeseen circumstances and problems and hardships that can come. We're not speaking about that, because those things can be addressed as they come. If your union with your partner is strong, if that foundation is firm, there's nothing that life brings that you cannot overcome. Once you have that firm foundation, you'll be able to deal with it. You'll be able to deal with it because your union with your partner is healthy. That investment you have in your relationship is strong. It's firm. The understanding, the agreement is practically unbreakable. You'll be able to overcome and withstand any obstacle that's thrown your way. Because you have that common understanding. You understand the importance of the healthy factor in your relationship. It goes hand in hand. I believe it goes hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You can't have a relationship and believe it's not an investment. You can't think that you're in a relationship and think it's... You can't have an investment and be in a relationship and think you're not investing in the relationship. You're investing in the future. You're investing in the future of your partner. You're investing in the future of yourself. You're investing in the future of your family. I mean, this is what it is. Even it is, it's what it is. You're placing an X amount of time, energy, okay, money into building something. Same principle applies. So that's why it all comes back to valuing yourself. What you have to have self-respect and self-value to connect with someone, not only that you love, but to connect with someone who loves you the same, with no strings attached. Because life is already hard as it is. Life is already hard as it is. If you're fortunate enough to find someone who loves you just as much as you love them and just as much as you love yourself, you're in a position to create possibilities that are endless. You're in a position, consider yourself extremely fortunate, and don't take advantage of the situation. Don't abuse the situation. Don't neglect the situation. Take care of your relationship. Take care of yourself. Take care of your partner. Take care so that way that bond can continue to remain strong. The ties are strong. You're able to build a future together that's strong, that's stemming from a strong, firm foundation, a firm and healthy foundation. That's an investment that's going to pay back 100 times fold. 100 times 10. The payback, it can't even be quantified, because you're sowing the seeds on a basis of health. You're sowing the seeds on the basis of wellness, love, respect, and understanding, and taking the time and applying the appropriate energy to make it work. You're dedicating a certain amount of sacrifice to make it work, putting some of your needs aside because you have a greater understanding of how things work. And you know that this is bigger than you. It's bigger than your ego. It's bigger than yourself, in a sense. But you know, whatever healthy amount of love and respect and attention that you're placing into the relationship is what you're getting back. If you're not getting that back, there's an imbalance, and that has to be addressed right away, because once again, a relationship, especially of a long-term nature, is one of the greatest, biggest investments you'll ever make in your natural life. Believe that. You don't think it doesn't always have to be about buying a home. Some people think that buying a home is the greatest investment. No, that's not that. I mean, it can be a great investment if you're alone, but if you're in a relationship and you both are buying a home, guess what? Your relationship is just as valuable, if not more, than buying that home, because you may not have that home. If God forbid you lose the home, you still have to deal with the relationship. And the relationship is always about taking care of that relationship. The house can come and go, but so can a relationship too. But that relationship, if it breaks up or you get into a divorce, it can become very costly. It can cost you in your pockets, and it can cost you in your body by way of affecting your health and your mind and your emotional and psychological well-being. Believe that, people. Believe that. Believe that. Share this video if you want, if you like the content. Leave a comment. I'm not opposed to any comments, any views, except if they're offensive and you know, they're not appropriate to what's being done. You know, I encourage free thought, free thinking, but again, like, share, and subscribe to the materials. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Relationships are investments. One of the most important investments we'll ever have in our life. Consider yourself fortunate again. Consider yourself blessed. Consider yourself blessed and lucky if you're in a union with your husband or with your wife, fiance, or long-term partner, whatever nature of relationship, whatever orientation. If you're in a long-term relationship with your partner and it's a healthy one, consider yourself fortunate and appreciate what you have and take care of it and nurture it and support one another, because that's not often found in many cases. Many people don't have that, but you have it, so embrace it, cherish it, and love it. Be well, everyone. Take care. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.